Okay.
Mamma mia!
Cool.
Is Mario vs. Donkey Kong worth $60? So as you know by the title of the video game, and you're probably wondering, is this game worth that full price? Well, I'm going to tell you right out the bat, not really worth $60. I mean, the game only has 8 worlds, I want to say, I think, for the base game, and it's fun. It is fun, don't get me wrong. You get like 6 or 7-ish levels, and then one level with toy Marios that you have to guide around, and you have to get the key, and you have to make sure that they don't die, as well as get the presents if you want to 100% everything, and get to the door. The goal is to get to the door with the key, get the presents for each level if you want to 100% the levels, and then at the end of each world, you fight Donkey Kong at the end. Now, the only tricky part of the game is facing Donkey Kong sometimes if you want to 100% the game, meaning not getting hit, which that can be challenging sometimes. I goofed up again! I ran right into that one. But outside of that, the game is, for the most part, fairly easy, at least for the main game. That being said, after you do beat the base game, there are extra levels that are there, and then there's expert levels as well, which I think the challenge is the expert levels, which I think you have to 100% the main game in order to get the actual expert levels unlocked, and I think that's where the most fun is. However, I will say that this game, if we're just talking the base game as a whole and not the extra levels, it's pretty easy for the most part. However, the final world was a bit challenging, which was fun, but I will say there are points when you really have to use brain work, and there are also points when the game can be really frustrating as well. Certain levels that just kind of frustrate you. Now, I don't have recordings of all of the post-game levels. The post-games where more of the frustration is, but the final world in this game was also kind of frustrating at times. It wasn't completely awful, but it definitely had some frustration in there, but we do like a little bit of a challenge to be there. However, I will say most of the game, for the most part, for the base game was pretty easy and fairly short. So with each level, you'll get buttons from red, yellow, and blue, being able to change up the locations of how to maneuver the levels with blocks and enemies, as well as using chains and other things to get through the levels, which is actually really fun. I find the game pretty fun and the gameplay pretty simple and fun. Now, I don't know if you've played the Game Boy Advance version, the original version of this game. I personally had not. I played Miniland Mayhem, which was much different than this game, as in this game, you play as Mario himself, and you guide the toys around when there are toys in the levels. And that's what makes this, to me, more fun than Miniland Mayhem, because you get to actually control Mario, and Mario gets to move around everywhere, and I think that's really cool. And personally, playing as Mario versus playing as the toys, I think it's more fun, but it also does lead to a bit of a minor issue, I guess, in my opinion, which is that there's a little less brain work to some of the levels. At least when we're talking base game, there's less brain work in this than what I had in Miniland Mayhem for its base game. Now, there's another thing that I wish that they would have added to this game that wasn't in it. It probably wasn't in the original, but it was in Miniland Mayhem, and that was creating extra levels, like being able to have a level creator. I think that would have been really cool, but that's just a personal thing for me that I think would have been really nice to have in this game as an extra bonus. However, I did see that there was also local co-op. Now, I do wish that it had online co-op. I think it's kind of unfair and sucks that you can't play online with a friend, because a lot of people play online with games more than they do locally. Now, I understand that it is a Mario game, and playing 2-player at home makes a little bit more sense, but Mario Wonder had online, so it would have been nice if this would at least let you play 2-player online, because what I did is I opened my Joy-Cons, turned them on, and I seen that it actually changes the levels up a little bit when you're playing with 2 people instead of just 1 person. I find that really cool and interesting that it does that, and I thought that would be really fun to play with someone, but I don't have anyone here that'll play the game with me, so very unfortunate that it doesn't have online. I really wish that it did. Now, this isn't me just hating on the game. I think that the game's actually overall a really good game, a really good solid remake. I think that there's enough post-game content there to where you could make a decision on whether you want to pay full price for it or not, because it does have a lot of post-game content, and the post-game content gets really challenging. However, me personally, granted, I did buy the game for full price. I'm not telling you how to spend your money, but I would say wait for it to hit on sale, you know, and it's definitely worth a sale. As soon as you see it for like 40, 50 bucks instead of a full $60, actually, I think it was a $50 game. Well, wait for it to be 30 or 40 on sale, and I think this game will be definitely worth your money because it's a very fun game, and I think that it's definitely worth it on sale. I'm not going to say to buy it full price or not. I recommend waiting for a sale personally because the game is shorter, but it does have a good amount of post-game content to where there's enough there for a $30 or $40 price tag easily. As for a $50 price tag, it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's really necessarily worth that full price of your money for what you're getting, because it's kind of a spin-off Mario game, not too long, but like I said, there's some fun post-game content, and I think it's kind of pretty cool. It's still a pretty fun game, but I don't think you should spend full price on it, but it's your money, not mine. Now, I do hope that the game does still sell pretty well, because a new Donkey Kong, Mario vs. Donkey Kong game would be pretty cool. But that being said, where's the next Donkey Kong game? Nintendo? Please? Please?
No.
Now, at the very least, even if this video doesn't give you your decision on whether you want to buy the game or not, at the very least, you can see gameplay in here and see what it's like as a game as a whole. I think that it has 8 base worlds, and I believe it has 8 bonus worlds plus expert levels after that, so you can base that on your own opinion on if it's worth the full price tag. But I will say that each world takes about 25 to 30 minutes to finish each world, so the game is really only like 5 to 6 hours ish for the base game, and then you have all of the bonus worlds and then the expert worlds, so you could at least get 10 hours out of the game of fun if you want to go for the 100%. I would say if you're a huge, massive Mario fan, you're definitely going to pick this up, or you've already picked it up and you've been playing it and enjoying it. If you're not a massive Mario fan and you just casually like playing Mario games, it's not like Mario Wonder, it's not like the 3D Mario games, it's not one of their massive Mario games, it's just kind of a spin-off fun Mario remake, and I would say just wait for a sale, personally. Now, if I had to give a rating on this game, I would say I would give it a solid 7 out of 10. That being said, guys, let me know in the comment section down below what you think of the game. Do you already have it? Have you beaten the game? What do you think of the game? What would you rate the game? That's what I want to know. If you played the game already, what do you rate the game? How much are you enjoying the game? Has it frustrated you? I know it has for some people, including myself, for the post-game stuff. Let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you enjoyed this video and the silly little thing that I probably put at the beginning, I'm hoping, like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys all next time. Enjoy some of my other content. I don't know, go check out another review. Maybe the Mario vs. Donkey Kong Mini Mayhem review. Check that one out if you haven't already. Bye!